Okay, it's the rundown. It's November 6th? 7th. November 7th. It's brought to you by Movement Watches. MVMT.com/rundown. Click on that link. You can get 15% off, free shipping, returns. Movement watches start at just $95. Department stores, you're looking at $400 to $500. Now is the time to step up your watch game. Join the movement today. Again, 15% off. Click on the link, movementwatches.com. LeBron in the news for a variety of reasons. One, he was busted slipping into the DMs of a girl who was at DP40, by the way. Little red.
Do you remember that?
What?
He did a live Periscope with that girl on the Vegas balcony, and it was like the weirdest thing that's ever happened.
I do remember.
I don't know if it was the weirdest. It was weird.
It was weird, but it
I was
also
in a weird state.
You were.
That was a
weird
time.
time. It was a weird time.
It was a bad time, but she was there.
It was a fascinating Periscope. I was like, what the fuck is about to happen?
And the Dave
you were prone to do anything in that moment.
And the Dave Portnoy behind the music, DP40 was like
the
bottom. Yeah,
it was actually a very fun
sad
time.
music.
No, the DP40, I don't
know.
It was a weird time.
It was like
you wake up and there's just
that led to the bottom.
Right.
It was a weird time.
You look around and you're like, all my friends are 22 years old.
No, there was all those moments. Lewis was there. I mean,
the guy,
I had 30-year-olds.
You have your
McAfee and his crew.
You pay the 30-year-olds, so they're not really your friends.
McAfee
just like happened to be there for a good time, and then your friends are like the 22-year-olds.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm friends with Lewis and I'm friends with Paul.
But you pay them.
I do pay them.
So that's always going to be like an asterisk.
Do you think that if Lewis and Paul didn't work here, they would go to DP40?
Well, I wouldn't have met them.
Right. But if they quit, like tomorrow, do you think in the next year?
Like Lewis paid his own way to. You don't.
True. No. I was just asking the question.
1,000%.
Yeah.
Anyways, that got twisted in a weird way.
This is supposed to be a win for
I
you.
had one over on LeBron. I had one over on him because even we had an event in West Virginia. I was gonna meet her for drink and didn't. And she's like, I've never been stood up before. Meanwhile, LeBron's just craving to go on a date. So shout out to me and all the GoPros Go guys.
It is.
What did he say in the DM?
He was talking about bucks.
He said, I'll teach you to play ball. You teach me to hunt. Deal?
How is LeBron, like, you're LeBron. You have more than enough people around who can do that shit for you. The DM slides.
No, yeah, but if it's not LeBron, like she would never notice, bro.
Yeah, I guess. I don't know.
It's tough to be like, hey, I'm like LeBron's yes man. Like
I don't know. I
LeBron
feel like
would like to fuck you.
We talked to. I remember talking at the Super Bowl to like athletes, and it's an interesting thing because you do have to use if you don't use your own. You don't get the
You should use like uninterrupted or something, whatever their official Instagram account is, and just have someone go off on that.
You need the like Cuban thing. You need it where it goes and then just it can't be copied, can't be.
Cyber just disappear. I mean, Snapchat.
Right, but you can
Snapchat.
you can
screenshot
it, which is exactly what happened.
Yeah.
So LeBron got outed as that. By the way, this isn't the first time he's done it, so it's not like that shocking.
The perfect booties.
Yeah, and perfect booties, and Rachel Bush, I think, also outed him. So it's happened a bunch. He also then, in a very LeBron move, the passive aggressive, like what is that character who's like doing Arthur.
I mean, it's even more than just the passive aggressive. It's the fact that he's using a meme from a year ago.
Yeah, well, that's also very like, LeBron.
So LeBron.
Mad that Kyrie put up 35. We're assuming the Cavs stink. The Celtics are very good. So it's a good time to be a LeBron hater. And I keep saying, I know what you're going to say, Dan. It's like, well, Cavs start slow every year, blah, blah. They do, but they've also had Kyrie every year.
They have a weird team because it feels like LeBron, you know, every year we joke about how he just wants his friends on his team.
Yeah.
Now I think he's looking around, he's like, wait, Dwayne Wade's old.
Terrible.
Derrick Rose is terrible. Like, there's a lot of...
And Kyrie Irving is awesome.
Irving is amazing. Like, Channing Frye is old. Like, all these guys are old and washed up.
I am of the school of thought, like, until they're not there, I'm going to give them the benefit of the doubt. But if there was a year for this to finally not come together, it's when you just put all your eggs in Derrick Rose's basket.
But it's still
Dwayne
LeBron.
Wade's basket.
He did it on Friday night when everyone was like, the Cavs
and
suck. He just drops 57 casually. Like, he'll just do that in a 7-game series. Because,
but, man, can you imagine being like the Cavs GM being like, yep,
you don't win like
well, they don't have one, I don't think.
You don't win like that. Granted, Isaiah's not there right now, and he will come back. But you don't win by dropping 57. And
I still would take LeBron in a series just because he can be LeBron.
LeBron can win.
Like
LeBron can win you 4 games.
Right, you just need guys who can just like.
Yeah, but you look at like when it was just MJ scoring 57. Like, they weren't winning.
No, I agree. The East is just. Like the
Celtics
Celtics,
are good.
Yeah, no, the Celtics are good. In the Bucks, I mean, they just got Bledsoe. Like the Bucks are gonna be really fucking good. but I just still, until LeBron doesn't go to the finals, I'm just going to assume he's going to the finals every year.
I think this could be the difference this year. I honestly do.
I've said that a
It
million
wouldn't surprise
times.
me if it was this year, but
I've literally never
I've
said
it
that.
many times that the Bulls could beat them.
This is the first time I've said I don't think they're going to make it. So
Yeah.
we'll see how that turns out. I came down and broke this news to you yesterday, like 10 minutes after it happened, Dan, because I was so excited. Danny Boy Kane publicly said he had declined the invite, which was never
Fake
asked.
invite, yeah.
Preemptively declined the invite.
I wouldn't say it's fair. I wouldn't be surprised if someone from Game Day reached out to Danny
Just
Boy
putting
Kane's
out
people.
feelers?
Yeah, I wouldn't be
So Danny
shocked.
Boy Kane said
He's a big name.
He will not be the guest picker on ESPN Game Day for Catholics versus Convicts. Part
not
12
interested.
or whatever. Not interested. And then he, as he proceeds to do, replied to every single person who was like, "Well, can't you Skype in and do it? Thanks, not interested." He ends everything with "thank you," which is a nice touch. I saw people saying below that they think this is like telltale autism, like when you have, because he has. What makes
He has
Danny
no
Boy
social cues or awareness.
and
he has
his
no idea how to
sarcasm
interact.
meter, sarcasm just does not exist in his world. Everything that is said to him is literal. He is the true original when the internet was untouched and like nobody really knew what going viral. He's the guy, and he's still the guy to this day who responds to every, because like we were saying, oh, I heard he got washed away in the hurricane, Dan, he's like, I would like to clear up. I am very much alive. I did not thank you. So he's just a 1 in a million guy.
Yeah, it's internet 1.0 was for Danny Boy Kane. Everything after that, when people just get snarky and mean and all that shit, he's just he just wants to talk about the Canes. He just wants to talk about the Canes. That's why I love him. I respect the hell out of any, it's like all these guys, like the Superfan and Detroit Don and even EDP, these guys
who stay pure.
They live for their team, and there's nothing else. And I respect the hell out of that.
When you left, our guy, 15-year-old Steve, was mixing it up with him on Twitter. He was trying to, not in a bad way, he was trying to convince him to come on the show. And, Steve was just, right on top of everything. Like, no, these are rumors. Do not slander him. Just come on the show. It was a beautiful thing.
I would like to meet Hulka Kaniak and Big Papa Kane and Sebastian, whatever.
That's what I said. Listen, if we know Danny Boy Kane is too pure to do anything with us,
this close.
Let's track down those guys, the trolls, and we'll hear their side.
I think a couple of them are still commenting on Kane's time.
Been having a hell of a time on Kane's years for the past 2 years. Yeah. That was the best part. 2 years he was going
Good morning.
through it. Yeah.
I watch it all the time.
It's an unbelievable thing. Danny Boy Kane, a true original. I was this close, but back as we were growing, I tried to go to Hurricanes. I'm like, any game you name, I'll take you, just me and you. And he said yes at one point. He's so far from the yes now, he doesn't like any of the tension.
Oh, he blocked 15-year-old Steve.
He did?
Yeah, he got the block real quick.
Yeah.
Well, maybe the Hurricanes will go to the national playoffs, and we can fly Danny Boy Kane, get him a suite.
I don't know that
roll out
I
the
think
red
he'd
carpet.
say no. Yeah,
I've offered everything to him.
What you have to hope is that he just is there on his own volition and you meet up with him.
He doesn't seem like a guy who goes to games.
It doesn't seem like that at all. It seems like he waits to do his vlog afterwards or post it.
Does he still vlog?
I see him doing things. He really kicks into gear in rumor section.
Yes.
And who's going to commit to where.
Yes, he is right. He is the go-to source for Hurricane rumors.
Yeah.
Yes.
He really is. Meek Mill in the news. So this panel, for the most part, maybe you do. I don't think Dan and I really know who he is. I know he's the guy who got body bagged by Drake and was dating somebody, right? Nicki Minaj.
Yes.
So he went to jail. If I'm understanding this, he's going to jail, and the arrest was actually his riding his dirt bike or something.
Yeah, apparently he rides his dirt bike. Rowan was explaining this. He rides in the streets of Philly. He does he stands up on it and does shit like that. That's illegal. He also fought somebody in an airport, so he's violated his probation a couple times. Then there's this underlying ridiculous story though. The prosecution was we don't want jail time, and the judge gave it to him. Gave him jail time 2 years out of spite because of this ridiculous Boys to Men thing.
So
Dave's a big time Motown Philly guy. So the judge said you need to make a video of you doing a cover of Boys to Men.
She was the judge's Boys to Men fan.
But no, it was more than that. They needed to do the song on bended knee, meaning
bend the knee.
Bend the knee. And he wouldn't do it. And she was like, okay then, 2 years. And the
I kind of actually, I'm on Meek
we-
Mill's side.
Yeah, I think
Like,
the whole world is.
Yeah, like keep it above table here with the law. Like if you want me to go do probation or something like that, I'll do it. But don't make me do a video. That's bullshit.
And then
I didn't know it was on Bended Knee. That alters it. If it was Motown Philly, you sing that 1,000. Motown Philly is like the absolute best song maybe ever written.
How's that legal?
It's not.
Well,
I mean, it's very
a
corrupt.
gray area.
It's very corrupt.
No one could prove that's why she gave it. He broke the law. So
But she asked him, was that public or no?
Apparently. I mean, like TMZ reported this, so like it's out. What?
But Meek Mill's called this judge out like in songs and shit a bunch. Like he's provoked it. He hates this judge. It's
Probably
been
not
going
a
on for
smart
like
move
10
by Meek
years.
there.
Right. So I mean, I don't know. You can talk shit, but I don't know if you can like sentence someone to jail because they didn't make you a video.
There's no way to prove like the sentence is legal, so there's no way to say.
I don't know though.
That's
If the prosecution's like, we don't want jail time, that's kind of crazy to give someone 2 years in jail.
Speaking of lawyers and stuff like that, we had my dad before he was on Part of My Take today. We were talking about vice principals, and he watched the first episode, and so have you seen what he thought the first? He's like, yeah, that show has captions, right? I'm like, what are you talking about? He watched some bizarro version of the first episode and couldn't tell.
There's like a director's cut where they're drawing on the screen, like drawing like horn ears and noses and shit.
Have you seen it?
No, I haven't seen it.
It's Frankie showed it.
It's like wild.
Insane.
And your dad just
He must have
was
been so
watching
confused.
a regular TV show that
It's
did that.
insane to think my dad thought that was the show.
And just watch the whole thing.
It was like VH1
Behind the
pop-up
music.
video.
Yeah,
it's
yeah,
like he got. It's like
I
Walter
would've loved to
Scroggins
see a
got
live
his
show
bow
of him
tie
watching
from
that.
like here, and my dad thought it was weird. He's like, it's a little weird about the subtitles. It's like Michael Portnoy Esquire, rare.
That was as he
man.
was big timing us. He was like, I gotta go. I'm going on Part of My Take. Then hung up. Then called back and was like, Hank's not ready, so I got a couple extra minutes. I was like, get out of here.
Love it.
This is an interesting one. So Ohio State got absolutely hammered by Iowa this weekend. The Ohio State female water polo coach, tweets at Urban Meyer, being like, we beat Wisconsin 20-2. At least somebody knows how to win around here. At Urban Meyer. This can't be a joke, right? And then the men's team put like the eyeball emoji, like, oh my God.
Does the water polo team realize like who pays for their
Life, their existence?
Yeah, their existence and everything?
But that's
Like,
not
they
really
don't-
true.
What are you talking about? All the money that the athletic department makes is made through the football program.
You think that
You think the
polo's
water
carrying their own
polo?
weight?
Think water polo would get flights and shit and
Like
places
women's
to go?
water polo is probably existing no matter what because of Title IX. Like that's at those big schools, you have to have those sports.
Yeah,
have
but
to
my
have them,
point
but, like,
is
the
like
funding and
right,
the money
and
involved.
yeah, they probably have a new facility and all this shit that just paid for because Ohio State's awesome at football.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's just a fact.
That's definitely like
I don't think we
I
can
understand what
debate
you're saying. Like it could exist on its own.
No, the thing I was
but-
thinking, which you're probably right. Oh, there's so many schools, and maybe Ohio State's one of those rare exceptions where football costs so much. It's like actually not.
No, football brings in. I'm sure Ohio State
Yeah,
football
Ohio
brings in
State,
a
that's
ton of money. Especially just think about the alumni who basically give
Yeah.
to the endowment because they're like, I love Ohio State, I love the football.
No,
program.
I agree with
Yo,
that. Makes
this
sense.
is not a good look for Urban, though. Like that.
I mean,
like,
by the way,
like
this
you-
isn't jokey. That's what I meant.
No,
The
this is
water
true.
polo
They're taking
program
shots.
hates the
Yeah,
football
yeah.
program.
Yeah.
Like
Clearly.
if this is Alabama, like Saban, that person's dead.
Oh.
Saban has that water polo coach killed.
Yeah.
So like Urban needs to step up.
That is something
That's like head on a spike and
that
put
is
it out
something
front.
that I don't know how Bama does it, but before that coach can press publish,
Yes.
she's
That's
dead.
dead,
Yes.
Like
Saban
somebody
has
is
you
watching me
Right.
like, we have a mean tweet going about Nick Saban. Let's just kill this person.
Right.
Urban's taken. I mean, he's getting made fun of. He's getting dragged around the internet. It's
Yeah,
tough.
good. Good.
Yeah.
I hate it.
I mean, the pizza photo is one of those photos that like you just can never ever live that down.
You gotta like Beyonce that shit, try to get scrubbed from the internet because otherwise that's gonna haunt you for
Every
eternity.
single time.
Miko Grimes went on radio and said that the Raiders have an all-black offensive line. They want to kneel before a game. Our guy, David Carr, big religious guy, wanted to read the Bible instead. Didn't want
Derek.
them to kneel. Derek.
David
who'd I say?
sucks.
David.
Derek's
Yeah,
good.
they're both Fresno State guys.
Yeah.
So they intentionally let him get hurt.
But the reason Derek Carr got injured is because the Raiders' offensive line allowed him to get injured because he was against them protesting. And they had a fight in the locker room before that Monday night game with the Red. Yes, I got the tea, baby. They were fighting in the locker room, and that's the only all-black offensive line in the NFL is the Raiders.
Hot take from Miko Grimes, one of the craziest people just out there.
One of the craziest people ever.
Do you guys like? I believe it a little bit.
No.
You don't at all?
No.
I believe it a little bit.
That
I don't
they-
think it's a full-on like we're gonna
Like
just
Olay just let
right.
somebody through.
But I guarantee the offensive line is pissed off at Derek Carr.
Yeah, I
Like,
bet you
there's
that's
truth in
true,
that.
but I think that most football players will put it aside when it's like
Of
between
course,
the lines.
like I said, I'm not
Football's like-
saying that the actual like act was like them getting together and being like, we got to let him get his ass kicked. But I guarantee that there is definitely like a rift
animosity
between his offensive line and the quarterback.
Like football is like a hard sport, like you're saying. The act to be like, oh, we're just gonna not block our people.
They probably
You're
just
gonna-
stink.
Yeah, you're
Right.
gonna see that though.
Right.
I mean, that's like they did that in, like Remember the Titans, didn't they? Where it was like racial shit. I don't think
Right.
that's happening now.
No, I would agree with that.
Either way, I mean, if you're Derek Carr, you got to be like at least a little bit. Your offensive line is your life. Those guys are protecting you. Like,
Yo, I'll be honest. Yeah, if I'm a quarterback and my offensive line
I'm
tells me to
kneeling.
do something,
I'm kneeling.
fucking
Right.
kneeling.
I'm doing
I'll
whatever
do
they
whatever
want.
you want.
right.
Anything else? It was feel like a quick rundown, but
No, I guess not. It's kind of
I mean,
Trying
I'm
to
mad
think,
about
I'm
the
talking
Kristen
about-
Leahy shit right now. I'm probably gonna write a
coward.
blog about that.
Coward keeps pretending to not know who we are.
They have a couple of guys, Puppy Dog and Commander in Chief. What's their big stars over there?
El Presidente.
Yes,
Dave Portnoy.
Would you wish
Big
them,
Cat.
Would you wish them the best for me?
Oh, absolutely.
Okay.
I would wish them the best.
But that wasn't even that is knowing when you intentionally.
No.
lie.
He intentionally. No, he's like committed to that bit.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's
but
committed.
Which is almost in a way like flattering. It's
Oh,
like
I think
you're-
it's funny. I actually
you're-
laugh
you're
when he does
I have
coming
no
up with
problem
new
with
ways
Coward.
to.
I had a
to-
problem with Kristen Leahy because a rapport was on, so they somehow started talking Barstool, and she just out of the blue, she's like, I don't like how they treat women, which I have personally dealt with her a long time. She was from Boston. I don't know if she's from Boston. Went to school in Boston, so I knew her before. I actually think I got her job, believe it or not. I think I did a casting call that she showed up to, that ESPN had me and McShay set up. They hired her. We've had got along. It's always been good. And then I called her out on Twitter. I'm like, give me an example. Like, what are you talking about? She's like, well, I don't have an example with you. You guys were good when I dealt with you. I don't like some of the things that maybe have been written. It's like, you work at Fox Sports. Your boss just got fired for sexual harassment. Like, you dealt with us. There's none of that here. It's kind of a wild, just off-the-cuff thing to just say.
People
it's like
are just jumping on. It's just a hot thing to say
right,
at the moment, so
right.
they're doing it.
So that kind of pissed me off. To be
Oh,
honest.
I know what I was going to say. Why are you all black?
No reason.
Jerry Glanville.
Just doing all black?
Jerry Glanville.
Okay. It's interesting. I noticed that, and then the socks, too. It's all black
well,
everything.
No, I mean the socks are just the socks. They just have black socks.
I didn't know if there was like a day. It was one of
No,
those.
a day of
like,
mourning,
yeah, or
funeral.
like one of the ones where you put ashes on
Barstool
your
helmets that
face.
were black would be awesome.
Yeah,
Imagine
matte black.
Yeah.
I love the matte black.
that would be an awesome helmet
Yeah.
for
It's
us.
a matte black look today.
Yeah,
Maybe that's
the
what-
matte black. Yeah, yeah. Oh, did you? You're retired from betting, huh?
Uh-huh.
Okay, because last night was an all-time screw job.
Something with the under.
Yeah, basically the Packers, like the game was
Oh, the
completely over,
untimed
and
down.
they threw like
Brutal.
to the end zone with 30 seconds left from like the 30-yard line,
Pass interference.
and they called pass interference, untimed down at the 1, and they scored and hit the over.
I mean,
Did you have the under?
I had the under. Stu Feiner said that it was the lock of the year, so I had to
Stewie.
take
Don't miss it.
I had to
was
take
in bed-
it.
I was in bed at 10.
I don't take
sleeping.
unders, but when Stu tells me it's the lock of the year, I
That's
have
why
to take
unders
it.
unders are never dead.
No,
I mean,
they're not.
overs are never
So
dead.
why
even
the
when it's
saying's
over.
this? Life's too short to bet the under.
That
right?
is tough.
But when Stu, it's tough because my brain obviously knows never bet unders, but Stu's the source. So when
He
he
is
tells
the
you it's the
source.
lock of the year,
He's riding high up to the marathon.
yeah. So what are you gonna ignore the source?
You can't.
Can't
That's a
ignore the
tough
source.
I'm tied
Yeah.
down.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was brutal.
Yeah.
Tough.
Tough.
All right. That's it.